Now here we need to engage the Russians. Otherwise we are going to be in a very serious trouble. Okay, let's move into this battle. And their force is going to be attacked with a massive bayonet charge attack. And this will certainly make them rout very quickly, and will be able to take them out. Without those two armies in Moscow territory, Muscovy territory in this case, oh, look at that. It looks like they are numerous. Okay, without those two armies there, the Russians would certainly be on a massive setback. Look at that, these guys, these grenadiers have grenade launchers with them. Okay, so what do we want? We want a very nice bayonet charge, so we need a nice deployment area for that. As you can see, they rely on Cossack infantry who have swords, which is good for them. Okay, they'll go into straight line here. I think that their troops are quite numerous indeed, actually, considering how they looked like previously. It's not so bad. Okay, now here it seems that everybody is more or less in a position, and we can start targeting. So my objective here is to successfully engage them, just like that. Okay, and now let's march a little bit forward. I'm gonna gang up on this side first. In this way, more of our troops are going to fight oh wow, they got shot. They're going to fight less of theirs, and this exactly should bring us that edge that we need so much. Okay, they don't need to move into the battle. Alright. Go. Okay. Now it's important not to blob up. Okay. It seems that we certainly have it where we want it. They're going to stop us from flanking here on one side. All in all, we are engaged, and we are certainly engaged where we wish. Okay, they are on the retreat now. Now that they're on the retreat, we're going to march on them, and we'll try to surround them as much as possible in their other lines. However, it looks like that's not going to be the case, and their entire force is going to break. So this was a perfect example of how this kind of engagement should take place. Obviously. It's is working very well for now. And we're going to continue the battle. We're going to make sure that majority of their troops is being cut off and picked off by our cavalry. So that's the battle right here. As you can see, we did it quite well. So this force right here that we currently are in control is residing in Moscow and fighting off anything that would be making trouble for us coming into this territory, rescuing stuff. Alright. The fewer escape, the better. Maybe if this army does not get together, it's just gonna be much better for us all. Okay, as you can see, only a handful of them is certainly going to kind of retreat, and this is gonna give us an edge. Done. It looks like that's the only remaining units that are still trying to escape. The 10th Regiment of Foot Kazakh Infantry. Kazakh. Okay. And I think that they're gonna make it though. Yeah. And that's it. The victory is ours. And it's a good victory, because the Russians don't really have any more troops here. However, they will make a hefty retreat though. But we cannot leave Moscow just yet. We have to stay here. We have to keep it together. Then we have a seminary that gives bombs the Orthodox population and turns this province into Orthodox. Then we have this classic university that makes people very unhappy. I'm going to bring it down because I want people to stay happy. Then we have another seminary and we're going to get rid of it too. We're going to get rid of it and we're going to focus on making sure that we build churches all over. Okay, so this force is moving on Archangel. This should squeeze Russians even further. Why? It looks like we're in a good position. We just need a lot of money, certainly a lot of money, to have everything truly in control. As you can see, these areas right here are stable now, and so I'm going to march on Iasi, where we're going to retake the settlement that was taken. So as you can see here, it's untaxed by the Ottomans. The Ottomans have been suffering from Russian invasion, so it looks like the Russians are fighting the Ottomans. Let's take a look at the current status. So we have only one ally, and that's Sweden. Genoa is fighting us, so we can't ally. The Spanish, it looks like the Spanish have moved on to an alliance against us actually. However, they are however, that makes them very friendly with the rest of the world. So I think that the Spanish are in a very good situation. Now we, on the other hand, are not really. Sweden is our ally, however, they unfortunately for us is hostile towards us. Venice will not trade with us, unfortunately. And let's take a closer look. Maratha Confederacy is fighting the Swedes and France, which obviously kind of keeps us together. Ottoman Empire has only one enemy, us. So it looks like they gave Azerbaijan to the Russians. The Russians are at war against Spain, France, Sweden. It looks like that's very, very powerful enemies for them to have. They can't even sail out because they're going to be attacked by Spanish, French, and Swedish navies. However, they do have the Russians' powerful navy there. And the United States of America is fighting only the Indians. They are residing right here, and they're considered to be a major power. Then we have Genoa that's fighting us, has many allies out there. And that's pretty much it, what I want to know. Knights of St. John got themselves a nice piece of land, Algeria. I think that makes them kind of important. They actually came from here, from Malta, and they managed to have themselves a powerful force. Alright, everything else is pretty much being fixed. We are marching towards Turin, where we're going to have a major battle. And hopefully it's going to be a successful battle. Maybe before we go to Turin we should go to Genoa and have it for ourselves. First, maybe that will draw out Turin's force, who knows. But I think that it could be that Turin would reinforce Genoa itself. We'll see, we'll find out. Now. It seems that this is all in Europe. And in America, we do have some problems here that we are dealing with. But these problems should go away soon. Okay, these two settlements do in fact put up some money. Now I want to take a look if I can tax more settlements out there that are currently untaxed. Oh, look at that. That's nice. 0-0. Oh yeah, that's 1,000. That's exactly what I need. Another. No, that's not another 1,000, but it's fine. 200. 700. As you can see, that frees up quite a bit of income for us. Certainly. Exactly where we wish to be. And what do we have here? We have 15,000. So that gave us a lot of money. No doubts about that. All this money should reinforce a few armies fully, and we will be able to continue our offensive. Okay, let's take a look at the shores real quick. We were thrown out of these shores. Actually, we have the most of them by the Americans. And obviously this war has cost us quite a bit. The entire full trade notes. However, maybe that's even for good, because we undoubtedly made it. No doubts about that. Let's move our spies further and let's find out what's happening out here. So, there's Kazan. Ussisolsk. Ufa.
Comment puis-je vous aider? Au service de votre majesté.
And Astrakhan. That need to be taken. And then there's Azerbaijan. However, it's so cut off, it could be the last settlement out there. That's going to kind of make a difference. Okay, so the church is here, but Crimea is certainly very difficult to change towards Catholicism. But it's happy, it's certainly very happy. So let's take a look how it works. So we have a surplus of Christianity in Crimea, back history. Then we have surplus in Kiev. We still don't have a surplus in Moscow, but we'll soon have one. There's a surplus in Minsk, surplus in Vilnius, surplus in Cortland, surplus in Linovia, surplus in St. Petersburg, no surplus in Petrovskaya, and this kind of should be worked out. I should send a priest, a relatively young priest if possible, just like that. Go here and make sure that all those areas out there belong to us. Okay. So far so good. Let's move back to America. You certainly cannot leave just yet. I think I should focus later on Fort de Chartres, and this used to be a kind of a French ally territory. Let's take a look at a few summaries here. So national summary, massive population, very small treasury, the king, we have a king, not a queen anymore. Policies right here. Okay, nobility, lower classes. If we rise up the taxes, things are certainly not gonna be good. Not gonna be good at all. Maybe someday, right? Someday we'll do this. Ministers are just fine. They do give us all kinds of bonuses. The popularity is moving forward. Trade is still blocked due to our ports being destroyed, but it should recover soon. We don't really trade much with Sweden actually, but we should start trading soon. When the ports are finished, our goods from America will soon start pouring in, and that will amount to even more income. We have massive spy networks here in Russia. As you can see, we know everything we need to know. Our navy will finally sail out. Obviously we'll have to strengthen it. I'm not sure if it could win all those hard battles out there. Now, I wonder if we would take Spain out and Spanish colonies would not have a proper force in their colonies, a force that's kind of being commanded by the Spanish government. How would they call themselves? Would they still be Spanish, or would they not be Spanish anymore? I'm not sure. An agent has been recruited. That's the
Comme il vous
school.
plaira.
Let's take a look.
Lieu d'apprendre.
A new town emerges. That's good. Natural death. New port emerges. Enemy raid. Public servant dies. Letter of demands. The nobility has issued a letter of protest at the current situation in the region. This is because this